AudioBooksTube is glad to produce, publish, and offer Metaphysics. This book will change your entire life. By Sage D. Esotreasure. To understand the profound potential that exists within you and the life-transforming abilities you possess, one must first grasp the concept of metaphysics. It isn't a distant, fantastical notion, but a practical and accessible reality. Each individual holds within them an extraordinary power, the capacity to shape their destiny, overcome challenges, and realize their most ambitious dreams. The idea that miracles are reserved for the fortunate few is not only false but also limits the incredible possibilities waiting to be uncovered. This powerful force, lying dormant within every person, is the key to controlling your own fate. Through the practice of metaphysics, the art of connecting the physical and spiritual worlds, you can tap into this inner strength and unlock boundless opportunities. Metaphysics teaches us that our current life constraints are not permanent. By learning to harness this transformative force, you can revolutionize your health, relationships, wealth, and overall success. The science of metaphysical commands. The universe responds to your thoughts and words. This is the essence of metaphysical commands, where understanding the connection between your inner mind and outer reality allows you to create positive change. But how does one access such a profound ability? The answer lies in the power of certainty and clarity. Words, when spoken with absolute conviction and backed by the strength of your subconscious, become seeds sown in the fertile soil of the universe. These seeds, nurtured by unwavering belief, bloom into tangible outcomes. Yet, it's not just about repeating positive affirmations. Metaphysical commands are much more potent and precise. When you state your intentions with confidence, the universe listens closely. Every command you give, when aligned with the right intention, has the power to shape the very forces that define our reality. The key is consistency, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions to reflect the outcome you wish to create. Any doubt or hesitation can cloud the message, hindering your progress. Therefore, cultivating strong belief in your ability to succeed is essential for fast and effective results. This practice requires ongoing dedication. Start with small, achievable tasks, and as you witness the power of your commands bringing results, your confidence will grow. Soon, you'll find yourself capable of manifesting even greater challenges. The applications of metaphysical commands extend beyond personal gain. They allow you to help others, spreading healing, abundance, and joy. Through mastering these principles, you can positively impact not only your life but the lives of those around you, becoming a beacon of transformation for the greater good. Mental imagery, crafting your reality. Imagine for a moment that your future could be shaped simply by your thoughts. This is not a wild fantasy but a practice grounded in both ancient wisdom and modern science. Metaphysical mental imagery takes this concept a step further. It's not just about visualizing a positive outcome but immersing yourself in a vivid, multidimensional experience. By doing so, you are training your subconscious mind to believe in and work toward that new reality. The importance of mental imagery cannot be overstated. When you create a clear, detailed picture of what you want in your mind, your thoughts become powerful tools. Your imagination, when fully engaged in this way, bridges the gap between your internal desires and the external world. As you practice, you'll notice that the lines between what you imagine and what you experience start to blur. What was once an image in your mind can soon materialize in your life with startling accuracy. For many, limiting beliefs and self-doubt have stood in the way of their success. But with metaphysical mental imagery, these barriers can be overcome. It bypasses the conscious mind, allowing you to tap into the limitless potential of your subconscious. As you grow more adept at using this tool, you will find that the impossible becomes achievable. Whether your goal is financial success, improved health, or spiritual enlightenment, mental imagery can serve as the catalyst for manifesting your desires. The practice of intentional visualization. To make metaphysical mental imagery even more effective, approach it as if you were an artist painting your future. Each thought you hold is a brushstroke. Every mental image you create is a piece of the masterpiece that is your life. The more vivid and emotional your imagery, the more real it becomes. This is not just a matter of dreaming but actively participating in the creation of your reality. Scientific research supports the idea that our minds are powerful enough to influence the physical world. Some of history's greatest achievers have used the power of visualization to accomplish feats that others thought impossible. By aligning the imagery in your mind with cosmic forces, you set in motion a series of events that will bring your desires into reality. It's important to remember that this practice is not a mere whim. It is grounded in the science of how the mind influences energy and matter. As you engage with metaphysical mental imagery, you will notice that your external circumstances begin to shift. Your imagination brings to life the scenarios you envision, resulting in the fulfillment of your goals. But with great power comes great responsibility. Be mindful of the thoughts and images you hold because they shape not only your future but also the world around you. Approach this practice with a clear intention and a commitment to the highest good for yourself and for those in your life. The journey to empowerment. The power to transform your life is within you, waiting to be accessed. It starts with understanding the metaphysical principles that govern the universe and applying them with intention. Whether through the spoken word or vivid mental imagery, you can influence the flow of energy in your life, bringing about positive change. It's important to practice consistently and with purpose. As you build your proficiency in using metaphysical commands and imagery, you will become more attuned to the subtle shifts in energy and the outcomes they produce. Don't let doubt or fear hold you back from realizing your potential. Instead, embrace these tools as a way to empower yourself and create a life of abundance and fulfillment. In conclusion, metaphysics offers a powerful framework for understanding and harnessing the incredible forces that shape our reality. Through the use of metaphysical commands and mental imagery, you can tap into a realm of limitless possibilities, transforming your dreams into reality. By aligning your inner world with the universe, you not only elevate your own life but also contribute to the greater good. The time to unlock your potential is now. Step into the extraordinary future that awaits you. Carol had always been someone who loved to dream, often envisioning a better version of her life. Yet, for the longest time, those dreams stayed exactly that, dreams, far removed from reality. She longed for a significant shift in her career but was held back by a lingering sense of doubt and insecurity. This pattern seemed unbreakable until one fateful evening, she came across the concept of metaphysical mental imagery. It promised something extraordinary, the ability to create your desired future by simply harnessing the power of your thoughts. On a quiet night, Carol made herself comfortable in her favorite armchair, closed her eyes, and began to engage her imagination. She didn't just imagine, she allowed her mind to paint vivid, detailed scenes of the life she longed for. She envisioned herself entering a sleek, modern office building with the quiet confidence of someone who belonged there. In her mind's eye, she wore a perfectly tailored suit that made her feel powerful and capable. As she continued to focus on this mental picture, she saw herself seated at a desk, which was adorned with a nameplate that read, Carol Johnson, Creative Director. She could feel the smoothness of the desk, smell the aroma of fresh coffee wafting through the air, and hear the compliments of her coworkers as they admired her latest advertising campaign. The sound of her heels clicking on the polished office floor during important meetings reverberated in her mind, followed by the cheers from a company celebration, where she was honored for her innovative work. Carol became so deeply engaged in this practice of mental imagery that it began to feel almost real. She practiced it daily, embellishing the details of her imagined future with each session, making it more vivid, more tangible. Over time, she started noticing small but significant changes in her life. Her confidence grew, and slowly but surely, she began moving toward the future she had envisioned. One day, while browsing job listings, she came across an opening for a junior creative position at a well-known advertising agency. In the past, she might have dismissed the opportunity, believing it was out of her reach. But this time, something was different. The job felt familiar, as though it was meant for her. With newfound bravery, Carol submitted her application, channeling the calm confidence she had rehearsed in her mental imagery exercises. During the interview, she spoke with assurance, much like she had imagined herself doing. 2 weeks later, she received the phone call she had been eagerly awaiting. The office she walked into wasn't exactly as she had pictured. but it was better because it was real. Although she hadn't yet reached the position of creative director, she had no doubt that it was only a matter of time. Carol's story is more than a tale of achieving career success. It's a testament to the power of metaphysical mental imagery. This practice goes beyond daydreaming. It is a transformative tool that enables you to overcome self-imposed limitations, shape new opportunities, and ultimately, manifest your deepest desires into reality. Through daily practice and intentional focus, you can align your inner world with your aspirations, leading to life-changing results. Now, imagine if there were a key, a master key, that could unlock any door in your life. A key that could open pathways to abundance, health, joy, and success. Such a key isn't a fantasy, it's something you can access through the practice of metaphysics. By understanding and aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the fundamental laws of the universe, you can unleash a flood of positive manifestations into your life. This key, hidden within the power of your consciousness, can transform everything from your relationships and career to your physical well-being and spiritual growth. But how does one use this key? The journey begins with a shift in perspective, a fundamental change in how you view reality. The physical world, as we experience it, is merely a reflection of a deeper, metaphysical reality. This unseen realm is where all creation begins, and by connecting to it, you gain the ability to influence and transform your outer world. The cornerstone of this practice is understanding the power of thought. Thoughts are not just fleeting, meaningless impulses in the brain. They carry energy that can shape your experiences and attract the circumstances you desire. This idea isn't just philosophical, it's supported by principles from both metaphysics and quantum physics. By mastering your thoughts, you wield the power to shape your reality. Additionally, understanding the master key means recognizing your inherent connection to the universe. You are part of the cosmic fabric of creation, and by acknowledging this connection, you open yourself up to limitless possibilities. When you align your thoughts and actions with the universal flow of energy, you tap into a power that can make seemingly impossible things happen. As you begin to integrate this practice into your life, you will notice extraordinary events unfolding. Doors that once seemed closed will begin to open, opportunities you never imagined will present themselves, and you'll witness firsthand the profound effects of metaphysical principles at work. This master key is not reserved for the privileged few. It is available to everyone, just waiting for you to claim it. By embracing these principles and committing to their application, you will unlock doors to incredible metaphysical experiences and embark on a journey of limitless potential. The fourth dimension is another powerful concept in metaphysics. Unlike the three-dimensional world we know, the fourth dimension is a realm of boundless possibilities, where time and space become fluid, and your wildest dreams can manifest with ease. While this may sound abstract, the fourth dimension is a tangible source of energy that, once understood, can be accessed to bring miracles into your life. In this realm, the rules of physical existence no longer apply. By aligning yourself with the higher frequencies of this dimension, you can go beyond the limitations of the material world and tap into the limitless power of the cosmos. It is within the fourth dimension that you gain the ability to manipulate the fabric of reality, making the unimaginable possible. As you learn to navigate this higher plane, you'll discover techniques and insights that will help you tap into this profound energy source. With dedication and practice, you will begin to see how the power of the fourth dimension can bring your desires to life, transforming not only your own reality but the world around you. Carol's journey began quietly, the way most transformations do, not with loud fanfare, but in the solitude of an ordinary evening. She had always been a dreamer, filling her head with visions of a brighter, more fulfilling career. However, her dreams remained distant fantasies, separated by the chasm of her own doubts and insecurities. That was until she discovered the power of metaphysical mental imagery, a concept that offered not just hope but a tangible tool for manifesting change. On one such quiet evening, Carol made herself comfortable in her favorite chair, closed her eyes, and began to use her mind in a new way. She imagined herself stepping confidently into a sleek, modern office building. She could feel the texture of her polished suit, smell the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee, and hear the crisp sound of her heels clicking on the marble floors. She envisioned her name on the office door, Carol Johnson, Creative Director. This wasn't just idle daydreaming. Carol immersed herself in these images, filling them with color, sound, and even emotion. Each detail made the vision more real. As Carol continued her practice of mental imagery daily, something shifted within her. Confidence slowly took root, and she started taking small steps toward the future she had envisioned. One day, she came across a job posting for a junior creative position at a renowned advertising firm. Previously, Carol would have dismissed it, thinking she wasn't qualified. But this time, something felt different. The job felt familiar, like the manifestation of the world she had been visualizing. She applied with newfound courage and, when the interview came, spoke with the confidence she had rehearsed in her mind. 2 weeks later, she received the call she had been waiting for. Although she wasn't yet a creative director, she had taken the first step toward that future. Carol's story shows how metaphysical mental imagery is more than just a tool for wishful thinking. It is a method of aligning your internal beliefs with your external actions, bridging the gap between the two. By immersing herself in these mental images and making them feel real, she began to manifest her desires into her daily life. This practice, however, is just the beginning. Beyond mental imagery lies a key, a master key that unlocks the universe's vast potential. This key is your consciousness, and when used correctly, it opens doors to abundance, health, joy, and success. To use this key, you must first understand that the physical world is merely a reflection of a deeper, metaphysical reality. By connecting to this unseen dimension, you can begin to shape the world around you in ways you never thought possible. The power of this key lies in thought. Your thoughts are not just abstract ideas, they are powerful forces that shape your reality. Science, particularly quantum physics, supports this. The energy behind your thoughts can influence the world at a fundamental level. By mastering your thoughts, you gain the ability to direct this energy, attracting what you want into your life. Another important aspect of this key is understanding your connection to the universe. You are not separate from the cosmos but an integral part of it. When you align your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the flow of universal energy, you tap into a boundless source of power that can bring forth extraordinary changes. This is not magic, but rather a natural outcome of living in harmony with the universe's laws. The master key can bring about a series of astonishing events. As you practice using it, you will notice doors that were once closed begin to open. Obstacles fade, and opportunities present themselves effortlessly. The key is available to everyone, but few take the time to use it properly. By understanding and applying these principles, you can embark on a journey that leads to profound transformations in your life. At the heart of this transformation lies the fourth dimension, a hidden realm beyond our everyday understanding of time and space. While the physical world operates under three-dimensional rules, the fourth dimension exists in a fluid, flexible state, where the boundaries of reality can be stretched and reshaped. By tapping into the energy of this dimension, you gain the ability to influence events and circumstances in powerful, often miraculous ways. Accessing the fourth dimension is not about abandoning the physical world, rather, it is about learning to use the energy from this higher realm to shape your experiences here. When you align yourself with the fourth dimension's frequency, you find that obstacles seem to vanish, and life flows with ease. Opportunities arise when least expected, and synchronicities, meaningful coincidences, become a frequent occurrence. However, with this power comes responsibility. As you develop the ability to influence reality, you must also cultivate wisdom and compassion. The fourth dimensional energy is not meant for selfish gain, but for growth, both personal and spiritual. As you learn to navigate this higher realm, use your abilities for the good of all, helping to restore balance to the world. The journey doesn't end with the fourth dimension. There is another level to explore, the realm of metaphysical consciousness. In this state, you realize that everything you desire is within your reach. By aligning your thoughts with the universal laws of abundance, you invite wealth, success, and prosperity into your life effortlessly. But wealth, in this context, is not merely about money. True abundance includes meaningful experiences, fulfilling relationships, and a deep sense of purpose. To harness the power of metaphysical consciousness, you must reprogram your subconscious mind, breaking free from limiting beliefs that hold you back. Once you align your thoughts with abundance, opportunities will appear as if by magic, and you will see evidence of your new reality everywhere, from unexpected financial windfalls to new career prospects. But metaphysical consciousness is not just about financial success. It's about living a life of total abundance, physical well-being, emotional fulfillment, and spiritual growth. By tapping into this power, you can live a life that surpasses your wildest dreams, where success and prosperity are your natural states of being. To unlock these abilities, there are 10 essential keys to master. First, believe in the power of your mind. Visualize your goals with clarity, and they will begin to manifest. Use affirmations to program your subconscious, and practice meditation to tap into higher consciousness. Develop a deep sense of gratitude, and forgive those who have wronged you. Set clear intentions and trust in the process, releasing the need for control. Above all, embrace love and understand that we are all interconnected. By mastering these keys, you unlock the immense power of your mind. With practice, you can influence the unseen forces that shape your reality, creating a life that is rich in every sense of the word. In a life filled with mundane routines and challenges, most of us don't realize the extraordinary power we have within. The potential to shape reality lies not in our external circumstances, but in the mastery of our own mind. Harnessing metaphysical practices unlocks this potential, allowing us to transform both our lives and our surroundings. This transformation isn't based on wishful thinking, it is grounded in principles that align our thoughts, emotions, and actions with the natural forces of the universe. Imagine for a moment that your thoughts act like a blueprint. The clearer and more detailed this mental image, the more likely it is to manifest in your physical world. This process, known as visualization, is more than daydreaming, it is the foundation of metaphysical creation. Every moment you spend vividly imagining your future reality, with all its sounds, colors, and feelings, you are crafting that reality into existence. Just as an architect draws detailed plans before construction, your mind designs the future you wish to experience. But mental imagery is only part of the equation. Belief is the second key component. Without a deep, unwavering faith in the power of your mind to shape your experiences, your efforts will be half-hearted and ineffective. Your belief acts like fuel, propelling your desires into the physical world. This faith isn't blind optimism, it's a quiet confidence in the laws of the universe, which consistently respond to the energy you put out. In addition to belief, focus is critical. In our distraction-filled world, focusing your attention is like sharpening a tool. The more precise your focus, the more potent your ability to manifest becomes. Distraction scatters your energy, diluting the force of your intentions. But when you harness the power of concentration and direct it towards your desires, the results are nothing short of remarkable. One must not underestimate the role of emotions in this process. Emotions are energy, and they have the power to attract or repel experiences based on their vibrational frequency. Aligning your emotions with your goals, feeling joy, excitement, and gratitude as though you've already achieved what you desire, creates a magnetic pull that draws your desires into reality. This emotional alignment is the secret sauce to manifestation, amplifying the power of your thoughts and making them more potent. However, one must also learn the art of letting go. Often, the more we cling to a particular outcome, the more elusive it becomes. This is because attachment creates resistance. By detaching from the need for a specific result, we allow the universe to work freely in our favor. Surrendering to the natural flow of events doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that the universe knows the best way to fulfill your desires. Gratitude is another powerful tool in the metaphysical arsenal. When you cultivate an attitude of appreciation for what you already have, you signal to the universe that you are ready for more. Gratitude opens the door to abundance, attracting more of the things you value into your life. It shifts your focus from lack to plenty, creating a positive feedback loop that generates more blessings. Persistence is key in any metaphysical practice. The universe rewards consistent effort. Even when faced with setbacks or delays, maintaining faith and continuing your practice will ultimately lead to success. It's a test of your dedication to your desires, and the more persistent you are, the more the universe will respond to your efforts. Receptivity is often overlooked but vital. Being open to receiving guidance and inspiration from higher realms can unlock insights that you wouldn't have considered in your rational mind. This receptivity allows you to tap into the universal wisdom that exists beyond the physical plane. Intuition, flashes of inspiration, and synchronicities are all ways the universe communicates its guidance. Trusting these signs can lead you to profound realizations and unexpected opportunities. Lastly, taking action is a crucial step in bringing your metaphysical intentions into the physical world. You cannot simply sit and wait for the universe to do all the work. Action is the bridge between thought and reality. This is where courage comes in, the willingness to step out of your comfort zone, guided by intuition and your newfound understanding of metaphysical principles. To achieve real, lasting transformation, it's also important to focus on the healing power of the mind and spirit. The concept of miracle healing may sound far-fetched, but it's rooted in the same principles of metaphysical manifestation. The mind has an extraordinary influence over the body, and when you align your thoughts with wellness and vitality, your body responds accordingly. This is the first aspect of miracle healing, mental clarity. Clearing the mind of negative and limiting beliefs creates space for the body's natural healing processes to take over. Emotional balance is the second aspect. Our emotions are intimately connected to our physical health. Feelings of anger, fear, or frustration can manifest as illness or physical discomfort. By acknowledging and processing these emotions, you can achieve a state of emotional equilibrium that supports physical well-being. Spiritual connection is the third aspect of healing. When you connect to the universal life force that flows through all things, you tap into an inexhaustible source of healing energy. This connection can be as simple as practicing meditation or mindfulness, allowing you to feel more centered and at peace. The fourth aspect is vibrational resonance. Every thought, emotion, and belief you hold emits a certain frequency. When your body's vibrational frequency aligns with that of perfect health, healing can take place more easily. Practices like sound healing, breathwork, or energy healing can help raise your vibrational state and promote physical wellness. Finally, the fifth aspect of miracle healing is the power of focused thought. By directing your mental energy towards healing, you can influence your physical reality on a cellular level. Studies in quantum physics suggest that our thoughts can influence matter at the subatomic level, further proving the mind's capacity to heal the body. Take the story of Eldon, a construction worker who suffered a severe back injury. Conventional medical treatments offered limited hope, and the prospect of surgery frightened him. Out of desperation, he turned to metaphysical healing. Through practices like positive affirmations, emotional release, and meditation, Eldon was able to experience significant improvement in his condition. His back began to heal, not solely because of physical treatment, but because of the shift in his mindset and energy. Eldon's story illustrates the incredible potential that lies in harnessing the mind's power to heal. When you combine belief, visualization, emotional alignment, and spiritual connection, the possibilities for healing and transformation are truly limitless. In the end, whether you're seeking abundance, healing, or personal growth, the principles of metaphysics offer a profound way to shape your reality. By understanding and applying these techniques, you open yourself up to a world of infinite possibilities. In the quiet, unassuming moments of life, we often find ourselves yearning for a deeper connection, a link to something more profound than the daily grind. This sense of longing may stem from our subconscious understanding that the universe holds vast, untapped potential that can be accessed through our own minds. Through metaphysical principles, we can unlock this potential, leading to personal transformations and even healing that defies conventional logic. The story of Eldon, a construction worker, is a perfect example of this. Eldon's livelihood depended on his physical strength, but when an unexpected back injury rendered him immobile, he was left with a terrifying prospect: the possibility of invasive surgery and an uncertain recovery. His fear was amplified by the fact that his doctors could not offer a solution beyond surgery. Eldon felt trapped, powerless against his own body. However, a chance encounter with a book on metaphysical healing sparked a glimmer of hope. This book outlined 5 key aspects of miracle healing: mental clarity, emotional balance, spiritual connection, vibrational resonance, and quantum healing. At first, Eldon approached the concepts with skepticism. Could thoughts, emotions, and vibrations truly influence physical health? But desperation pushed him to try. He began with the first aspect: mental clarity. Eldon realized that his mind was filled with negative, fear-based thoughts about his injury. Every day, he told himself that he was getting worse, that the pain would never go away. Recognizing the power of these thoughts, Eldon started using positive affirmations, shifting his inner dialogue. He repeated phrases like, "My body knows how to heal and I am getting stronger each day." At first, this felt unnatural, but over time, these affirmations began to shift his mindset from despair to hope. Next, Eldon focused on emotional balance, the second aspect of healing. He noticed that he had been suppressing emotions of anger and frustration over his injury. Through journaling and meditation, he allowed himself to confront these feelings, releasing them rather than bottling them up. To his surprise, as his emotional state stabilized, his pain lessened. The third aspect, spiritual connection, was entirely new to Eldon. He had never considered himself a spiritual person, but he was open to trying anything that might help. He began practicing deep breathing exercises and visualizing healing energy flowing through his body. Over time, these moments of spiritual connection brought him unexpected peace and a sense of harmony that extended beyond his physical health. Intrigued by the idea of vibrational resonance, Eldon explored the concept that everything, including the human body, vibrates at specific frequencies. He learned that higher frequencies are associated with health and vitality, while lower frequencies correspond to illness. To raise his vibrational frequency, Eldon started incorporating healing sounds into his routine, including music designed to promote wellness. He also practiced humming and chanting, feeling the vibrations resonate within his body. He envisioned his cells aligning with the frequency of perfect health. The final aspect, quantum healing, was the most difficult for Eldon to grasp. The idea that he could influence his body at a subatomic level seemed far-fetched, yet he kept an open mind. During meditation, he visualized zooming into his back at a microscopic level, imagining the cells regenerating and healing. As bizarre as it seemed, this practice brought noticeable improvements. Over time, his pain diminished, and his mobility returned. His doctors were astonished by his rapid recovery, as his healing outpaced their expectations. Eldon's journey wasn't without challenges. There were days when the pain returned, and doubts crept back into his mind. However, instead of falling into despair, Eldon used these setbacks as opportunities to reinforce his healing practices. He doubled down on his affirmations, emotional processing, spiritual connection, and visualization exercises. 3 months after beginning his metaphysical journey, Eldon was able to return to work on light duty. After 6 months, he had made a complete recovery, his back stronger than ever. But the physical healing was only part of the transformation. Eldon emerged from the experience with a new outlook on life. He felt a sense of inner peace and balance that he had never known before. His experience had shown him that the mind, emotions, and spirit are deeply interconnected with physical health. He began sharing his story with coworkers and friends, teaching them the 5 aspects of miracle healing. Eldon's journey became a powerful testament to the body's ability to heal itself when the mind, emotions, spirit, and energy are in harmony. This brings us to a broader understanding of how metaphysical principles can create not only healing but a life filled with tranquility and fulfillment. A personal metaphysical haven, a place of ultimate serenity, is not some distant dream. It is a tangible reality that can be manifested through simple shifts in consciousness. By releasing chaotic thoughts and cultivating calm awareness, we align ourselves with the harmonious rhythms of the universe. This inner peace extends outward, influencing our external circumstances. Visualization is a powerful tool in creating this personal paradise. Imagine your ideal sanctuary, a place where you feel completely at peace, surrounded by the calming sounds of nature and bathed in the warmth of the sun. By regularly engaging in this visualization, you are effectively communicating your desired reality to the universe, making it more likely to manifest. However, reaching this state of serenity also requires letting go of attachments. Many of the things that prevent us from experiencing peace are tied to our ego, the desire for material possessions, social status, or approval from others. By releasing these attachments, we create space for genuine happiness and fulfillment. Gratitude plays a crucial role here. When we truly appreciate what we have, we align ourselves with the abundant flow of the universe, drawing even more blessings into our lives. This personal paradise is not just for us, it radiates outward, influencing those around us. When we embody peace and contentment, we become a beacon of light in a chaotic world. Our presence can inspire others to discover their own inner tranquility, creating a ripple effect of positivity and healing. Frederick's story further illustrates the power of these principles. As a senior executive, he had achieved what many would consider the pinnacle of success. Yet, despite his career achievements, Frederick felt a profound sense of emptiness. The constant stress of his job was taking a toll on his health and relationships. During a rare moment of respite, he stumbled upon a book exploring the concept of metaphysical utopia, a place of inner peace and fulfillment. Captivated by the idea, Frederick embarked on a journey to find his own personal haven. Through meditation, visualization, and the release of attachments, Frederick began to transform his life. He realized that true success wasn't about external achievements but about cultivating inner peace. As he embraced metaphysical principles, his stress levels decreased, and his relationships improved. Frederick found the tranquility he had been searching for, not in his career, but within himself. Frederick's journey into mindfulness began at a time when his life seemed to be driven by external success and material gains, yet he found himself feeling empty and dissatisfied. The more he achieved in his role as a senior executive, the more stress seemed to pile on, leaving him with little time for himself or his family. His health was deteriorating, and the sense of fulfillment he expected to come with his success never materialized. On a whim one day, Frederick wandered into a small bookshop and came across a book that piqued his interest. It spoke about a personal paradise, a metaphysical Shangri-La that could be attained by changing one's state of mind. While this seemed far-fetched to Frederick, his growing desperation pushed him to give it a try. What could it hurt? He began by incorporating mindfulness into his daily routine. At first, he would sit quietly for just a few minutes each day, focusing on his breath. His mind, filled with thoughts about work deadlines and projects, made it difficult to focus. But slowly, he learned to observe these thoughts without attaching himself to them. He allowed them to pass, noticing that the quiet moments in between thoughts grew longer. Frederick's next step was to embrace visualization. Every day, he envisioned a peaceful mountain retreat where he could escape mentally whenever life felt overwhelming. In his mind, this place was perfect, a cabin overlooking a calm, glassy lake, with a gentle breeze ruffling the trees. He could hear the sound of water gently hitting the shore, and he felt the peace and comfort this mental retreat offered. This exercise became his safe haven, a mental escape he could turn to when the pressures of his day felt too heavy to bear. As time passed, something started to change within Frederick. The constant drive for achievement, the relentless pursuit of external validation, began to lose its hold on him. Instead, he found himself savoring life's simple pleasures. The warm sunlight on his face in the morning, the rich aroma of his first cup of coffee, and the joyful laughter of his children became sources of happiness in ways they hadn't been before. He realized how much he had taken these moments for granted. Frederick's transformation also involved letting go of material attachments. He began to see how much of his self-worth was tied to his job title, salary, and the status symbols he had accumulated. Over time, these things became less important. As he released his attachment to them, a sense of relief washed over him. It was as though a heavy burden had been lifted, allowing him to breathe easier and live more fully. Another practice that became central to Frederick's transformation was gratitude. Every night, he made a point to write down 5 things he was grateful for before going to sleep. This simple habit shifted his focus from what was missing in his life to the abundance of blessings he already had. And the more he expressed gratitude, the more reasons he found to feel grateful. It was as if the act of being thankful opened him up to new opportunities and experiences that reinforced this sense of abundance. Of course, Frederick's journey was not without its challenges. There were times when the pressures of work threatened to pull him back into old habits of stress and anxiety. But now, he had tools to cope. Whenever he felt overwhelmed, he would take a deep breath and mentally return to his mountain retreat. He would remind himself of what truly mattered in life, and in doing so, he regained his sense of balance. As his inner world changed, Frederick noticed that his outer world began to shift as well. His relationships improved as he became more present and attentive with his loved ones. His health, previously burdened by chronic stress, saw noticeable improvements. He also found that his work performance got better, not because he was working harder, but because he was approaching challenges with a calm and focused mindset. After 6 months of practicing these techniques, Frederick found himself at a crossroads. He was offered a promotion that would significantly increase his salary but also come with higher demands and less time for his family. In the past, he would have jumped at the opportunity without a second thought. But now, Frederick paused. He took time to reflect, seeking guidance from within. To his surprise, he turned down the offer. Instead, he proposed a different role, one that would allow him to mentor younger colleagues and maintain a better work-life balance. This decision marked a turning point for Frederick. He had found his personal paradise, not in a physical place, but in a state of mind. It was a feeling of inner peace and satisfaction that was always with him, no matter where he was. His colleagues noticed the transformation. His newfound sense of calm and optimism caught their attention, and soon, they began asking him how he had changed. Frederick took pleasure in sharing the practices that had brought about his transformation, helping others find their own inner peace. As Frederick continued on his journey, the external changes became more pronounced. He eventually decided to leave the corporate world altogether, choosing instead to open a wellness center where he could help others discover the same tranquility he had found. Through all of these changes, one thing remained constant: the deep sense of peace that now resided within him. Frederick had discovered that true fulfillment doesn't come from external achievements or material possessions. It comes from within. This personal transformation led Frederick to realize that paradise is not a destination to be reached but a state of being. It is a mindset characterized by calmness, contentment, and a deep connection to the world around us. Through his metaphysical practices, Frederick had found his way to this Shangri-La, and in doing so, he inspired others to embark on their own journeys toward inner peace. For Frederick, the key to this transformation was understanding the vast potential of the human mind. By tapping into the universal consciousness and aligning his thoughts with higher frequencies, he was able to access a realm of boundless potential. This realization opened up a world of possibilities, allowing him to manifest his desires and create a life filled with peace and fulfillment. His journey is a testament to the power of the mind to shape our reality. By quieting his thoughts, visualizing his ideal life, and aligning himself with the natural flow of the universe, Frederick was able to access the metaphysical realm and unlock his limitless potential. And in doing so, he not only transformed his own life but also became a channel for positive change in the lives of others. Imagine a life where wealth effortlessly fills your bank account, your name is known far and wide, and you hold the power to shape your destiny. You not only succeed but make a positive impact on the world. This may sound like a lofty dream, but it's entirely possible by tapping into the metaphysical laws that govern the universe. The key lies in understanding that your thoughts and beliefs have the power to shape your reality. When you focus your mind on abundance, wealth, and success, the universe responds by aligning opportunities in your favor. Wealth, in its truest sense, goes far beyond acquiring material possessions. It's about developing a mindset of abundance, one that transcends every area of your life. By embracing metaphysical principles, you can reprogram your subconscious mind, eliminating limiting beliefs that hold you back from achieving financial success. Once you begin thinking in alignment with prosperity, you'll notice that opportunities for growth and financial gain seem to appear out of nowhere. The universe will guide you, providing the resources and connections necessary to help you manifest the wealth you desire. The path to fame becomes natural when you live in alignment with your higher purpose. Through exploring metaphysical practices, you will discover your unique talents and learn to express them in a way that captivates and inspires others. When you show enthusiasm for your authentic self, people are drawn to your energy. This resonance, powered by the metaphysical law of attraction, will magnify your influence and extend your reach. But what about power? True power doesn't come from controlling others, it comes from mastering yourself. Metaphysics teaches us that we are all connected to an infinite source of universal energy. By accessing this energy and developing inner strength, you can transform challenges into opportunities, gaining control over your circumstances. The more you align with this universal power, the more you'll find that external obstacles dissolve, and you can shape your future according to your desires. Achieving money, fame, and power through metaphysical practices requires dedication. It's not a quick fix or a shortcut. Rather, it's a journey that calls for ongoing commitment, self-reflection, and the willingness to change your mindset completely. But the rewards are immeasurable. With consistent application of these principles, your life will transform in ways you never thought possible. Success will come to you effortlessly, and you'll wonder how you ever lived any other way. Through metaphysical meditation, you can experience a reality where the constant noise of everyday life quiets, and you gain access to a higher self, a self that is connected to the universal consciousness. This practice will help you view life's challenges not as obstacles but as opportunities for growth. With a clearer mind, your intuition sharpens, your decisions become more aligned, and navigating life's ups and downs feels almost effortless. Don't let your potential remain untapped. By practicing metaphysical meditation, you will unlock the door to your inner power, allowing you to manifest the life you've always dreamed of. The time to leave behind mediocrity is now. You have the potential to create an extraordinary life, and all it takes is the willingness to step into your power. As we move toward the final stages of our metaphysical journey, the ultimate goal comes into view: cosmic fulfillment. This concept isn't some distant, unattainable idea. It's something you can achieve by harnessing the principles of metaphysics. Imagine a life where you are fulfilled in every aspect, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. This state of being, called cosmic fulfillment, is well within your reach, and it represents the pinnacle of metaphysical achievement. Throughout this journey, you've gained valuable insights and practical tools that are already creating positive changes in your life. Now, it's time to bring everything together. Aligning yourself with universal laws and tapping into the infinite energy of the cosmos will lead you to a state of cosmic fulfillment. This is not to be confused with happiness or material success, although these things are certainly part of the equation. True fulfillment is deeper, more profound, a sense of purpose, connection, and harmony with the universe that transcends temporary pleasures or achievements. When you reach this state, everything in your life will begin to flow effortlessly. Problems will no longer seem insurmountable. Instead, they will reveal themselves as opportunities for growth and progress. Obstacles will turn into stepping stones, and each moment will be filled with a sense of wonder and discovery. The journey to cosmic fulfillment begins with a simple yet profound shift in perspective, understanding that you are not separate from the universe, but an integral part of it. Every thought, every action, every breath is connected to the vast, intricate web of the cosmos. Once you fully embrace this truth, your desires will align with the flow of the universe, and you'll find that your path becomes clearer and more purposeful. To enhance your journey, make daily meditation a priority. Focus on establishing a connection with the universal consciousness. In your meditations, imagine yourself as a radiant being, expanding to encompass the vastness of the cosmos. Feel the sense of unity that comes with being connected to this limitless energy. This practice will not only deepen your sense of fulfillment, but it will also strengthen your metaphysical abilities. Cosmic fulfillment is not a final destination but an ongoing process of growth and expansion. As you continue to align yourself with the universe, your capacity for love, joy, and abundance will increase exponentially. You will become a beacon of positivity and inspiration to those around you, creating a ripple effect that brings about positive change in the world. Are you ready to embrace this path to ultimate fulfillment? The universe is waiting for you, eager to guide you into a state of complete harmony and bliss. By applying the principles of metaphysics consistently in your life, you will experience the universe working in perfect alignment to fulfill your desires. This is the moment to embark on your journey toward ultimate fulfillment. Take that first step and never look back. Copyright 2024 by AudioBooksTube. Thank you for listening. Please consider to subscribe, like, and share to help the channel grow new videos on a daily basis.